What's up, guys? Today I'll be breaking down the exact email design process 8-figure brands use to create their high converting email campaigns and how you can do the same for your own brand. The brand I chose for today is a brand called Byte. If you haven't heard about them, they're basically a oral healthcare brand. They are growing super fast. They have great copy, great design, great creatives, great branding. They basically sell like these pills that are a replacement for toothpaste. And this is a recent email campaign that they sent. It's like a testimonial one with product features or benefits. So we'll be creating this entire email campaign so you can understand how they did it. So first they had a copywriter write out all this entire email. So it looks something like this. So they had the first section, the hero section, and it's usually the same approach. We have the subheadline and the CTA button. So it's like a review here, then a quick subheadline with an image that's coherent with the copy, and then we have the CTA button. And this is the first section of that email. So what we will do is we'll create a frame. We'll just click F in Figma right here. We'll make the frame 600 pixels wide, and then we'll just drag it down a bit. And first we'll create this logo section they have. So we'll click R on the keyboard to create a rectangle. We'll just remove the color of it, remove the fill, add a stroke like they do here, right? Just put the stroke on the bottom right as they have it here. Now I couldn't find a dark and a black logo of them, so this is a little hack for you guys. What you can do is if you want to change the color of your creatives, you can just create a rectangle on top of it, then choose the color of the rectangle. In this case, I want the design element to be black, and then I'll just select both of them and click here to mask it. And as you can see here, we change it to dark one to black one, but here we can manipulate it to any color that we want. But in this case, we'll just have the black one. We'll put the logo right here, and then they have this little like their copy because it's the Earth Day, and I believe this is the font they used. So I'll just drag and drop it here because it's the Earth. Okay, so we'll click K to scale it down a bit, make sure it's in line with the logo, and there we go. I won't try to make it completely identical. I just want to break it down for you guys so you can understand how these big brands design their emails. So yeah, then we have the headline, we have the image, subheadline, and the CTA button. Now, I already found the image that they used, so I'll just drag and drop it here, click here to center it, make sure it's aligned perfectly with the logo section. Then we will use the headline. Let's go to the Google document to copy the headline. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. So they divided it into multiple lines. So it was weird at first. So it was weird, but now I'm never going back. And let's just make it a bit bigger here. As you can see here, weird is italic. So let's make it italic here. Never going back. That's also italic. Okay, here it is. And yeah, as you can see here, we have something similar. They did put it up a bit and they left like a blank space here, which I don't like. So I'll just drag it a bit here. But yeah, that's just personal preferences. So yeah, then they have the sub headline, which is Toothpaste Reimagined. Again, let's use the font that they used. Let's copy paste the sub headline, center it, make it smaller. And the thing that they did here, which I don't like, is they kind of blended it with the background. So it's really hard for you to read. And in this case, what you can do is you can create a rectangle over it like this, create it whatever you want the contrast to be. So if it's light text, you want the background to be dark and vice versa. Okay, then just create it here, go to effects, go to blur, and then just increase it right here. And then put the text on top of it, and voila. Let me just take the rectangle, make here. We can even blur it even further so it really blends in with the background. We just want the text to pop off, right? And there we have it. Just compare these two. Which one is more readable, right? Obviously this one because it doesn't blend in with the background, and that's really important because this one is really hard to read, and especially on mobile. And then we have a quick CTA button, so you just click R to recreate this one. This one also has a stroke. Put it right here. Let's copy paste this text, and the CTA is try toothpaste bits. Let's make it dark. Let's center it. Uh, Here, what I did is I selected it both and just click Control G to group it together. So now that I move it, it's like together. And here they put it a bit closer to the headline, and they also made it a bit smaller. But I also I prefer my CTAs to be a bit bigger and more clickable. So yeah, I'll just put it right here. But yeah, basically they just made it a bit smaller and they just put it right here. But this is just a preference, and I believe this would convert better. So yeah, that's it for the first section. As you can see, it was really simple and straight to the point, and this is a high converting section. It looks great, it's readable, the image is nice, and it's clickable, right? You also want to make the entire image clickable, so if they click here, it will also redirect them to the product page you want. But all right, next up is they have this like product section, it's which is in a rectangle. So again, we'll just select a rectangle, remove the fill, add a stroke, and then they have a quick headline here. A new feels weird. Let's make it a bit bigger. And this one is a bit, I guess it's a bit medium. What you can do if you want to make it something between medium and bold, you can add a stroke and so and you can manipulate the stroke here. For example, 0.4 or something, right? I just wanted to feel more of a headline than just like a text. And then you can just copy paste it here. That's the point. I believe here they used another font, Enter. So yeah, let's make it light. Yep. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller. And yeah, here they highlighted it. So again, just drag a rectangle and put it back. Okay, make sure it's aligned with the text. Just copy paste the color, and there we go. For the next section, we just have another copy paste this, paste the sub headline number 2, and this is it. We want to make it smaller than the headline. Yep, and that's it for this section. Again, super simple, super clean. And then I have this product image, which I couldn't find the one with this exact shadow. See how it's like empty here. It's not like completely dark shadow. But what I'll do is I have this product, so I'll just go to effects. I'll go to drop shadow. Then I'll move it a bit to the right and a bit down, and maybe just make it a bit darker like this. So now we have this like little features pointing out. So how you create this is really simple. You just zoom in, click, oops, not C, I meant eclipse, that's O, and then you make it, for example, 20 by 20. Put it somewhere aligns product white with a stroke. Now I don't want the stroke to be too thick, just make it a bit smaller. Then we have a line pointing out of it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe we can make it a bit longer. And again, because we have 3 of them, I'll just select both of them and group it. Then I'll copy paste them and I'll drag them down here, and the last one right here. Now we have this text. I believe this is also Inter font, so we'll just copy paste it. Okay, let's align it to the right. Let's see, just make it a bit smaller, right? Okay, and then we have the last one, natural whitens and brightens. And now this one is a bit tight with the right, so what we can do is just make the text a bit smaller. Yeah, align it with the line. So as you can see here, we have something that looks pretty much like this. We only have the button missing, so let's copy paste it. In this case, we can also make it a bit smaller. The CTA is different. Make this switch, and voila, just like that, we have the second section complete as well. And then we have this like quick review section. So again, let's just create this rectangle right here. Let's just approximately take the dimensions. So as you see here, kind of uh, has like a curved corners. So we'll just add a bit. Let's just make it 16. Let's just copy paste it, select them both, and yeah, let's just actually expand them a bit. Let's put them in the middle, and then this one is this color. Then we have these like little stars. So here you can just add the element of stars. Now here it is. Yeah, let's make it like this big. As you can see here, I believe it's kind of bit has like a little corner. It's dark color. So yeah, we can just copy paste them. Make sure they are okay. Here spacing is equal. Again, we can just and drag and drop here. We can also make them a bit closer to each other here. And yep, and then we have the text. Just copy pasted, and this is the review. You see how the spacing between the lines is a bit longer here, so you can just increase it right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to highlight any section, you can just bold it, for example. Let's say this one, cleaner and fresher for longer, and something like that. Then we have the guy's name, Bill R, and there we go. Now here for the image, I couldn't find the image of this guy specifically, so what I'll do is just I'll take a screenshot of the image just for the sake of this video. I'll go here and I'll copy paste it inside of the rectangle. And because this brand has likes to use the strokes on their stuff, I'll just add a stroke here just for the fun of it. All right, and then we have the review section. That's it. And the last section, let's copy paste the headline. Weird is what actually works. I agree. Okay, here we have the headline. We can make it a bit bigger. And then they have like this product section on top of the circle. So again, let's take the circle. Okay, let's check out the dimensions. Let's make it equal. Okay, let's center it. I guess it's a bit smaller. And then you see how do we have like a cross right here. So what you can do is you can take another rectangle, make it like in the center here. Yep, make it a bit smaller, make it completely white, and then make it like 45 degrees. And have another one and make it negative 45 degrees, so you can have the X, right? Then I have this product section of bird views eyes of the product. Let's center it here. We have a little shadow coming out of it, so just make it. We can also blur it a bit if we want, right? We can increase the color of the shadow. That's decent. Now they have these like little check marks here, which you can basically download from Google. So here they are. I just quickly typed in checkmark in Google and just downloaded one. So yeah, let's actually make it a bit smaller, and let's place it in the middle. So here, let's make it in line with our X right here. Right, this is pretty much it. Same here, and let's take the text. Less waste. Oops. Let's align with this. Okay, let's center it. Same here. Better routine and cleaner ingredients. And as you can see here, we have a section that looks pretty much like this. Let's just actually change the color of the circle so it aligns, so it's pretty much the same. And then we have just these like little pills. So let me just quickly grab them from their website. So I couldn't find this exact pill structure, so I just took some one pills, right? And let's just add them here. Let's add a shadow here. Let's make it a bit darker, like on the right, for example. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Then we have this one. Oops. On top here. Again, let's add a shadow to it. That's pretty much it. I won't like nitpick it too much. So okay, here another one. Let's just place it right here. Let's make shadow a bit downwards, and let's make it a bit smaller. Here we can just rotate the pill, and again just make the shadow a bit lighter. Here, just do it like this. As you can see here, we have like a white stroke because that's the only one I could find. on their website, but obviously for your own brand, you have the design elements you can leverage. Okay, yeah, and then we just have this one last part. It's this text right here. Once it clicks, you won't go back. A bit bolded, right? Medium. And then we have the same CTA button from the top. And yeah, we have something that looks like the email here. As you can see here, we have something that looks pretty much like this one, or in my humble opinion, even a bit more high converting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole design process of how this eight-figure brand made this email that probably generated them thousands of dollars in revenue. Yeah, they also added this footer, which is like their basic template footer. I won't bother using it for this video. Just want to show you guys the entire process of how these big brands create their emails. And after they design it in Figma, they just import it in Klaviyo. I have a video on that if you're interested in how. So that's pretty much it. If you want me to design your emails, write the copy, do the strategy, implement it in Klaviyo, do everything, I'll leave my Canva link in the description below. You can book a free discovery call there, and where I'll be able to create emails like these for your e-commerce brand and generate you a ton of revenue, hopefully. So yeah, if that sounds good to you, book the call below. If not, that's cool too. Hope you guys got some value from this video. Hope you guys got some insights on how these big brands operate. If you have any questions or need any help, I'm available in the comments. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.